The following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
If we, is there any point in investigating more in the area?
There are some things to be found if you want.
Right. If we're waiting, we'll keep searching.
Yeah. Short of any specific ideas, maybe just a general search.
That's a pass on it. It's a pass on that. So now search for secrets.
Okay.
I shall do the same.
It's a fail.
This
I
was your
should have
roll,
got that
right?
one.
Yeah, this was Steven's now. It was a fail. Did get successful searches.
Man, you guys really still haven't got the hang of the whole, oh, that's not a pass, so I'll wait for the other guy to throw his dice at it.
Mine was too much in the corner.
Brendan's amazing at being able to hit things when he wants.
We don't take the compliment.
Yeah. I mean, he's got his own maraca.
Clearly I'm a
I believe
bandito.
they count as percussion. Space Banditos.
Space Bandito.
Spandito.
And it works pretty good.
So you both failed your check. Okay, so Vero finishes up and comes on down. And then he descends the stairs and
no, nothing up there.
It's all down now.
Found anything else out?
I don't know. We haven't looked in every nook and cranny. Have we searched every hole that we could find?
I haven't had a look at the armor.
Oh, don't you laugh. You have no idea what they're talking about.
I also bust looking at the armor.
You're the armor guy!
Yeah, like...
Does your
You
armor...
literally have armory proficiency.
Would your armor proficiency give you a
No, it just lets
I
you
don't
roll.
think it. Yeah.
It just lets you do it. Yeah.
Checkers
the
minus
only bonus
two.
they
minus
give-
2, yeah.
Checkers -2, but even then, I bust so hard that that's not enough to compensate. I rolled a 19. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I bust so hard just earlier.
That key she wears around her neck. The one that you were wearing at one stage, but is that the only key? It's her key. Does she take it off?
I can. Well, she didn't.
Apart from that time, yeah.
I could go ask her.
She'll be down soon, hopefully.
Jeez.
I don't think going back up there is a good idea, Sphero.
You're right. She might think it means round 2. I can wait for her. I'll look around.
That's Vero did a general perception check of the store.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was actually about to
After
do.
he passed that, he rolled a search for secrets. He didn't pass, did he? Do we just want to leave now?
Has
after Christmas?
M rolled?
No, but
Please.
this is really not
Please.
the thing.
God,
She just needs to roll below her int.
Well, it's below her int. She doesn't find anything, but you want the search for
Yes.
secrets. Huh.
Does she do
That's a
it?
6.
It might not have been M. It could have been Silverhand that found it.
She is the smartest one out of all of us. We're fucked!
It might be just the way she looks at things.
Yep.
So sick of having my NPCs solve my own fucking. I'm so sick.
Well, clearly we can't do it.
We can't roll.
These would be fantastic rolls in any other game, but in D&D, when they want you to roll low, they're fucking trash.
Well, it can't decide whether it wants to low or high.
I mean, it mixes them up, so you...
Yes,
Yeah.
true. Like in
Which is
combat,
good.
that would be
It's
great.
This is actually advantageous if you've got like a Tim at the table, so you can ask for a roll. He then has... You don't tell him what it's for. He then has to make the guess whether high or good is low and cheat, depending on that. And then you see him doing it, and so you just whammy him. It's just like, can you give me a quick check, please, Tim? That's a 17. Oh, that's over your whiz. Sorry, you bast.
Yep.
Or that's a 3. That's a 3. So you failed the
Harry.
You failed the resistance check. Okay, that's cool. And the spell has full effect.
Did not dodge.
You did not get out of the way.
Fireball.
Consumes the room. Yep. She finds it. Whatever it is.
Right, so she's having a look around, grumbling under her breath, having a mutter. And so there's a like up one wall. There's like no count on that. There's like a number of things that would require like a hook to get down it. There's like saddles for. They don't look like for horses, sort of thing. There's like little two-wheeled hand carts and an entire llama. A hungry one.
Ooh.
And she's over there like poking the little two-wheeled handcart thing on the rack when she suddenly disappears from view, having fallen through the trapdoor that she unintentionally triggered, searching for secrets.
Emma, you
Who
alright?
turned out the lights?
You alright?
Go to
I'm
the
better
edge
than
and-
alright, better than you.
Go to the edge and look down on the hole.
I didn't do it.
No, you've done a great job.
I knew it all along and meant to do it because I'm so great.
Can you see much?
Yeah.
What's down there?
I am. There's a room and some boxes and some sacks and a door
And a door.
and a torch in a bracket but it no lit.
Are there any currently lit torches up here, or is it just daylight that's
Oh, crystal light.
crystal light? I should say.
Crystal light.
That's okay.
We take 10 minutes to light a torch.
Flint steel.
Yep.
And then I'll... guess we're going in.
Is there a more natural way of getting down through that trapdoor? Is there like a ladder or?
Oh, there's a ladder, like, the door is open, and there's like a ladder just built into it.
Yeah. Okay.
She just took the expressway down.
She was standing on the trapdoor.
Descend.
All
down.
of you climb down the trapdoor.
Yep.
You're
If I
now
can
in the
fit.
cramped, tiny little storeroom, surrounded by wealthy, opulent artifacts with their identification sheets neatly tied to them.
So if they came down here, they didn't take any of this stuff.
Look, there is a sword of revealing light. There is a sword of concealing dark. They're kept close together but not touching, obviously.
Happy Alvin.
Here is here is a ewer of everlasting water. Oh no. It's got a lot of water.
The year of a lot of water. It didn't have the
What's
same
the
ring
problem?
to it.
Well, also there's that whole problem that if you ever tip one over and nobody notices, you end up just drowning the world.
You can drown.
Cause a lot.
Because there's more water in the world than there should be when you do that.
I would be too paranoid to own such an item.
There's a ball of ever yarn. It's not an everlasting ball of yarn. but it cannot deteriorate or be harmed by the passage of time or natural elements.
Okay.
You can cut it, you can burn it, but you can tie 2 fence posts together, and even if it's hit by lightning, it won't.
Okay, I could see uses for that.
Like natural forces cannot deteriorate the yarn.
Yep.
Effectively, it's forever. This yarn is said to be more reliable than any leader you've ever had in Vuxala's house, which is pretty reliable.
Yeah.
Reliably awful.
They came down here, but didn't take any of these artifacts.
Rings of protection.
It would suggest to me that they weren't stealing this for monetary gain or anything. They wanted the tent for a practical purpose.
Yes, they've already stated it was. They didn't steal the money as well. There was a lot of money up there.
They took only a small amount of money.
Has this door been picked?
We'll see. Is it currently locked? I'll first examine it for pickage. 30, it's a solid pass.
Yes.
Picked before this has been. Should ask what this goes to.
I'll ask. I'll go back up.
Also, which key opens it?
Is she down yet? Yep. Did you know you had a trapdoor here?
You found it?
By accident. But it looks like someone's picked your door downstairs as well. Where does that door lead to?
I cannot say.
Would you like us to continue investigating through there? I don't want to.
I have hired you, I cannot unhire you.
If we were to enter that area, how much trouble would you get in?
I cannot know.
How many people know about that door then?
Too many, it seems.
Because whoever knows about that door may be one of the ones that stole your item. If it's a few, that's fine. But if it's a lot, then...
It is just a storeroom.
But it's a way to get in here.
I cannot say.
The other question is, your key. Does it work?
Of course it works.
Can you try
How
it,
did I
please?
get in this morning?
I thought... Sorry, I thought the door was still open.
No.
Could anyone have borrowed your key?
She looked like she was about to say something and then stopped it. Might be possible. I am seldom away from it.
Yes, but I'm trying to be polite here, but if you were busy at the time and someone else took the key while you were busy,
But I like tie them up with the cord.
is there a period of time you don't remember?
And I do sleep.
With the mail there?
Oh no. Nails are to be used and gotten rid of.
That's why I'm concerned.
Like Ken's.
Did you sleep while the mail was still there?
No, I do not think I did.
Sorry to ask these questions, I know it's impolite.
You are impolite to ask the impolite question. There is a reason no one likes private investigators.
Because we asked the questions.
You have to. It is like being paid to be rude.
At least with us, a lot of it can be excused. We don't know your ways, which is still impolite. I'm not saying it isn't, but
So, All the surfaces know how to behave properly. It's going to be so awful.
I'll have because we've only got this lead, this doorway.
You will have to do what you must.
I'm just letting you know we're going to follow the lead. I apologise. Oh, head back down. How much of that did you just hear?
I don't know how soundproof the floor and everything is.
Well, normally it's quite soundproof, but it's open.
And you're probably standing at the stairway.
We heard. I get to open this.
Good luck. I mean,
95.
First, check the traps.
You didn't check before when you were probing around.
No, but I've also failed this time, so no traps.
Hey!
there's no traps. No traps!
Is there a negative on the lockpick?
It's a hard lock.
Ooh, not that hard though. 46. Should pass.
Yeah, you open the door. There is a passage and stairs leading down.
Down.
More down. Just when you think there can't be any more down to this place, there's more down.
It's the underdark, not the bottom dark.
Does a bottom dark?
Wonder what that'd be like.
Yeah. No.
She comes back just to say that.
That's great!
Just to make him look stupid as he goes away.
I love it.
Who asked you, Silverhand?
Are we going down?
Seemed like the way to go.
Stump leads his way down the corridor, the stairs plunging down. The stone only lasts for a bit, and then the rest of the passage is made out of used pantaloons. What? Sorry? No, not that. The other thing.
The other thing.
Natural stone.
There we go.
Carved stone. Not. What did I say?
Pantaloons.
Pantaloons. Right. Sure, I didn't say pantalines.
No, pantaloons.
Pantaloons.
It was pantaloons.
Because they
Yeah.
get used.
Pantaloons. Use pantaloons.
This is going to be serious one day. I'm going to use that. Thing you all made up.
I mean,
Independently and spontaneously.
Because you clearly said natural cut stone.
Yes.
we'll hear back on the notes because there won't be any edits to this.
It won't be. I'll be too lazy. I will be too busy power washing a helicopter or something.
If only, if only.
Right, unpopular decision time. So you're heading down, and there is another door. It is made of iron, and it's banded. The lock is very hard.
Very hard.
But is it actually locked?
You're trying the door.
This is I've been gone out before by having a door explained to me as being different, and then I don't check it for traps. So I'm going to check this door for traps.
He's learning, lads.
And I'm not rolling like dog shit this time. 46 is a pass.
It's not trapped now. It was, but that trap has been disabled.
What type of trap?
Had a little thing on it that pulls when you open it.
This has had trap on it before, but someone has released it.
So it's been actively disabled, not it's gone
stored.
off,
Yeah,
basically.
looks like someone has disabled the trap.
And never reset it. Although maybe it's a trap that it's not easy to reset. I don't know.
I'll attempt the pick. Very hard. Is very hard 50%?
Mm-hmm.
So that's 35% chance. Ooh, 99. I wasn't going to get it even if it was fucking
Wow.
Oh no, 99.
99.
99.
You jiggle around in the lock pointlessly for some time.
This one much harder than the door above. Might take some more time.
So it's a different lock with a different key.
No, this one is, yes.
Yeah. Which means there must be another key involved.
She won't say what it's for, so.
10 minutes later, and I still fail.
You continue to jiggle your picks around in the lock, and the door doesn't seem to care.
Not getting it. Tricky.
You could ask.
Sphero pushes the door open easily.
But I thought I asked if it was locked before.
And
We did, but
And
then
I
you just
said,
went-
I don't know, is it? Then
You
you got
went for
distracted
trap
by
search
looking for
instead.
traps and never went back to check.
That is correct.
That's hilarious.
It also points to the fact that you can't remember a single damn thing, even when it's said to you seconds ago.
Oh, well, I mean, I remembered it wasn't true.
No wonder you forget everything.
I do forget a lot.
You know what you need to stop doing?
Forgetting. I am.
Sphero pushes open the door. He
I give Stump this look.
he gives Stump this look. And then he turns around.
Must have unlocked
And
it.
So
we'll
you did
come
unlock
back
it.
probably after Christmas to find out what's happening there.
Yeah.
It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about control and if you can take it. All about your depth and if you can pay it. All about pain and who's gonna make it. I am the game, you don't wanna play me. I am control, no way you can change me. I am heavy in depth, no way you can pay me. I am the pain and I know you can take me. Look over his shoulder, ready to run like a good little bitch from a smoking gun. I am the game and I make the rules. So move on out here and die like a fool, trying to figure out what my move's gonna be. Come on, Obasaka, why don't you ask me? Don't you forget that the price you can pay, 'cause I am the game and I want to play. It's time to play the game. It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about control and if you can take it. All about your depth and if you can pay it. All about pain and who's gonna make it. I am the game, you don't wanna play me. I am control, no way you can change me. I am heavy in depth, no way you can pay me. I am the pain and I know you can take me. Look over his shoulder, ready to run like a good little bitch from a smoking gun. I am the game and I make the rules. So move on out here and die like a fool, trying to figure out what my move's gonna be. Come on, Obasaka, why don't you ask me? Don't you forget that the price you can pay, 'cause I am the game and I want to play. It's time to play the game. It's time to play the game. It's time to play the game. Bow down to the king.
They told me there'd be adventure, then they left me. Repeatedly I'm left alone. I want some freedom. I think I should adventure. It looks so much fun. I could cook all kinds of things from things I see. I adventure alone because they abandon me.
The guards burst in. Tiller could see them from his very clever hiding place that he had discovered just moments before. I'm sure that the stall owners said that they came in here.
Yes, you said. Those unremarkable stall owners told us that he had come here.
Yes, Captain Commander Youngstar. In here. Uh-oh, Tiller thought to himself. Except it sounded like this.
Uh-oh.
In his head. It was that mean soldier who had so thoroughly yelled at him. Unreasonably, he thought, again wondering why they hadn't put a sign beside the big wheel if he wasn't supposed to remove it. Useful things like that are supposed to remain in place and not be used for other things, should be properly signposted. It only made sense, or at least it did as far as Tiller was concerned. The guards had weapons drawn. They were really taking this fun poo-pooing thing too far. But this could be a game, reasoned Tiller. He would hide from them, and they would seek him. The game needed a name, though. Something along the lines of the hiding from people who are trying to find you very much game. Tiller liked this name. He liked long names. It made them sound important. In Tiller's mind, the more words needed to express a thing, the more important and fancy it became. He liked hearing about far-off places with many different names, all sandwiched together. He had heard that in Serenia, in some parts, people picked up additional names as they went on in life, making them more important as life went on. The guards had split up and were looking for him. They were checking underneath all of the tables. Very unfair. You weren't supposed to look under tables. The next thing you know, people would be checking under beds in inns. A very dishonourable tactic. They might find you if they looked under there. Beds were a mysterious place to Tiller. The underneath of them was like a dark void in which all things disappeared and occasionally something was found. A treasure chest in your own room. The guards seemed far too serious for that kind of thought. The one coming closer to him, thankfully not the mean soldier who had yelled at him so much, had a serious expression on his face, his eyes darting this way and that, as though he thought Tiller might spring out on him. An idea crept into Tiller's head. What if he was to pull a surprise prank on the guard? Perhaps, if he could provide them with fun, they wouldn't be so interested in pooh-poohing everyone else's fun, like they had pooh-poohed the merchants at the stall. After all, what else could have made the merchants so angry all at once? Nothing, as far as he could see. The guards needed fun. The only reason they would pooh-pooh it is if they'd never had it. If they'd had fun, then they'd understand why other people wanted to have it, and they wouldn't pooh-pooh it so much. This was the only recourse, Tiller decided. He would have to pull fun pranks on the guards, to cajole them into a more funsome way of life. But this guard had moved on. He was currently across the hall, peering behind a very large and impractical portrait. "That's silly," Tiller thought to himself. "How would you get that big Matham out of here? Oh, how did they get it in?" Then the answer came to him. Of course, it wasn't always in the frame. They must have rolled it up and carried it in. I can see why they'd want to get rid of it. It's so big. It was indeed so big. This particular piece of Matham took up an entire wall in the large central hall on the ground floor of the Matham house, or Museum, as the Gith apparently called it. The portrait was a large landscape with many small, detailed creatures upon it. Gith, he supposed. He couldn't really see from here, and within his very clever hiding place, it was difficult to get good views everywhere. It was getting warm inside the very clever hiding place. Tiller decided that pulling a fun prank on the next guard who happened by would not only be a good idea to make the guard more funsome. He tasted the word funsome in his head a second time and decided it was good enough to be a real word. But it would also alleviate his growing heat problem. Besides which, he really needed to get back to second breakfast before 11's is rolled around. He wouldn't want to merge the two together. It wasn't done. Except on very rare and exceptional circumstances, agreed upon by many to be best for all, really. The mean soldier was coming by the suit of armour now. He was glaring at everything, looking into pots, behind portraits, under benches and tables, behind plinths. He even lifted up the tip of an abandoned bow and looked under the bow, as though Tiller could be small enough to fit under there. But then Tiller realized, in a world filled with magic, why couldn't a halfling shrink himself down to the size of a coin? That would make it much easier to sneak into places and see all the interesting things that people for no good reason didn't want you to see. Silly behavior, really, locking doors. It didn't really do anything but annoy people slightly as they opened them and went through. He could definitely tell that the party of the Rat Paladin were definitely annoyed by things that were locked. The sheer number of times they had come across locked things and had to wait around just for the door to open, after being opened by either the orc Stump, or the tall, good-looking human woman, or someone else. It really was quite an annoyance. Tiller resolved that once he finished up here, he'd make it his duty to help unlock all of the pesky locked things. Why did people lock things? It really was just silly, and a waste of time and effort better spent on eating and finding things to eat. The mean soldier was right by the armor now. He was about to pass by when something made him stop. He looked at the armor. "Ah," he said, rubbing his chin, large eyes narrowing.
No, that thing is for tails. No one would really hide in there. That's stupid."
He gave the armor an affectionate tap, and Tiller chose that moment to spring forth from his very clever hiding place, principally because, when he had hidden within it, he had not had enough time to properly fasten shut the suit of armor, and the slight poke from the mean soldier had been enough to cause it to come tumbling apart in a clatter sounding very much like Tiller just running around with his saucepans unrestrained. The surprised look on the captain's face was not the one of joyful fun-having or funsomeness that Tiller had hoped for. He seemed surprised and alarmed as Tiller burst forth yelling,
"It's me, Tiller! Yay!"
bouncing full-footed off of the mean captain's face and running off down the hall when he landed on the ground. The captain fell over into a hilarious cacophony of armor pieces and plates, thrashing around, yelling,
"Stop! Come back, you little bastard!"
Tiller ran off deeper into the Matham house.
This Matham house has more than one floor."
The other guard had come over to help the mean soldier, or the guard captain, out of the pile of plate armor. Tiller was reminded of the time he had been helping out in the kitchen, trying to make the dish-stacking process a little bit more efficient for getting them off and washing them, and he had fallen in a large pile of plates. It had been very funny, but Cook had not been amused.
Perhaps he also has been helping in kitchen and had fallen amongst a bunch of plates. And it's probably not a very nice memory being yelled at. That's why he's not being funsome. I'll have to try something else.
He knew somewhere in this Matham house he would find something that would help.